where you're just feeling like nothing is happening, I'm doing all this, nothing.
Yeah, nothing is happening. Nothing's changing. Yeah, I know.
Nothing's
I know that feeling. I'm kind of in one.
Okay.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Listen Up with Simran and Isha, where we dive into real conversations about life, personal growth, and everything in between. Today, we have an exciting episode lined up for you, so turn up the volume and listen up.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to today's episode of Listen Up with Sim and Isha. We are feeling the Diwali blues, right? Like Diwali is gone, and I had an amazing time. I know Isha did. I'm sure you did as well, right?
Yes, I did. Definitely.
Yeah, and like it was so much fun and everything, and you met all these people. And somewhere now I'm in this place where it's like, it's not really January. It's kind of like the end of the year, but it's still November, and
It's
it is
still
my
November. Like it's
yeah.
yeah.
And it is my birthday month as well. Plus, we have so many
Oh,
anniversaries,
yes.
birthdays, weddings, everything. So, like, I feel like the minute October comes, Diwali comes, it's like October, November, December, Jan. Like it's kind of like it just goes like this.
It
And
jumps.
yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I asked on our stories, and a lot of people on our page are feeling this as well, that you're feeling kind of like off. So we thought like today we talk about things that can help us feel that we're, even if we've fallen off track or we're feeling low in motivation, how can we still kind of stay, at least if not motivated, then at least consistent, and at least like find our mojo back again, find that spark again.
Find that spark back. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like कुछ चीजें हैं जो just help you get back to your routine. Something like that.
Exactly.
So I think first and foremost for me, what I have done this week post Diwali is getting back to the gym, like movement, some kind of movement in the body. Like that's something that I was very, very focused on. Ki is hafte to I want to go to the gym every day. Like I don't want to miss the gym because I feel that gives me some sense of purpose and brings me back to my routine. And that's why I started with that. Ki, theek hai, I at least keep in my mind that gym to jana hi jana. Also, it helps with all the sweets I ate, So I'm trying to burn off those calories.
I can imagine, likewise. And I feel the same thing. Like, I feel like minute you move your body, you run, go to the gym, dance, do anything, even if you just dance in your room, you will feel like so much adrenaline in your body. You suddenly feel like way better. You may be the same person that you were 5 minutes ago, but like just one class or one dance to your favorite song can completely change your mood. So yeah, that's something I do as well. Like I love going back to my class or going back to like dance, because I think that kind of like helps me feel like a little less off, like a little more like me and less like, falling apart kind of a thing. And for me, movement is a big thing. I think also like we were discussing isolation, not in a negative way, but I feel like distancing myself from like all the overwhelm of all the holiday festive season, and like kind of refocusing back to me.
I think you need some time for that realignment. Because जब दिवाली आ रही होती है ना, 1 week before Diwali, my mind starts functioning this way. Okay, this is post Diwali. दिवाली के बाद देखेंगे. So when Diwali के बाद comes, all of the work also hits together. Okay, you kept this much pending work. So you need some time to focus yourself. Now I have to prioritize what all I was pending, what all I have to actually focus on. So I like that thing. Also, we had a lot of gatherings. We went when we met our friends, we met family, we ate a lot of mithai together. So वो वाली चीज हो गई है. Now it's just time to go inward and see what I need to focus on for myself. Also, because मुझे पता है the year end is coming, so again there's going to be a slump. Then I'm not gonna feel like working again. So before that hits, I want to finish something. So मेरा दिमाग उस तरह से चलने लग पड़ा है कि थोड़ा सा space लेकर सबसे, not in a negative way, exactly not in a negative way, because I love talking to my friends. I still talk to my friends, but I still also need to prioritize my tasks right now.
I feel like especially people who are empaths and like people like who love to give, especially women, like we are in that category of people. We are like batteries, and like if you do not recharge yourself, you cannot power other people. You can't give love if there's no love inside. You can't give happiness if there's no happiness inside. It's like literally pour your own cup first, you know. So I feel like after everything that's happened, it's important to like reconnect back, like you said, recharge yourself so that you can continue working, not running towards your goal, but walking towards your goal. So you don't feel like at least you're so left behind come January, you know?
No, I hear you. I hear you. And I think that's something we all are doing in some sense.
Yeah.
Uske alawa, what am I doing? What am I changing about this week? I think
Brain
I'm
rot.
watching a lot of content.
Yes. That's a big one because
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, one of my negative patterns is that I go into just doom scrolling, you know, brain rot content where I just kind of start watching it. Even sometimes shows on Netflix, if it's not my phone, it's binge watching stupid stuff on Netflix because somewhere I feel this level of comfort just watching a show which never ends and it has no high emotions. Like I'm talking things like Office or like Friends or like, you know, stuff like that where
I hear
things
you.
are just playing, but it's brain rot because you're not really absorbing any new information or you're
not really into it.
Not
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
It's literally playing in the background and I could be doing 20 things around and it's just playing in the background. So I feel like brain rot is a big thing which, you know, you should try and run away when you're feeling off. And like the only way to do that is like you said, like listen to new podcasts or get into a new book or a show or like something which will, you know, change the way that you're feeling on the inside.
Exactly. I don't want everybody to feel that we should always be learning. Yeah, we should always be, you know, like ऐसा ट्रिगर भी नहीं है कि आपको हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ सीखते रहना चाहिए बट एटलीस्ट ट्राई टू स्टे अवे फ्रॉम कंटेंट जो आपको 4 hours 6 hours के डूम स्क्रॉल में डाल देगा because there is content like that and we all have done it. Like we have times where it's 3 hours later you realize अरे where did all the time go. तो वो वाली चीज से I think इस टाइम पे especially when you're feeling like you don't have your mojo back and you're very slow उससे थोड़ा बचना चाहिए. Rather focus on a thing that you really like. Like for me, podcast is the best medium for me, even as an audience member. I love listening to podcasts and I have like 2-3 favorite podcasts that I always go to. So what I'll do is I'll rather put those episodes and then start doing my work alongside it. Yeah. Then actually going through and watching that screen or scrolling through the phone for like hours. So that's how I have utilized this week a little bit. I'm not losing all the time. I'm also, because that podcast is something I like listening to. And of course, when you like listening to something, you gain something from that, even if it's a conversation.
Yeah. I agree 100%, and I feel like whatever you're consuming needs to change because that's why you're feeling off. You're feeling off because you've fallen off that, somewhere your spark is gone, you're not in that mojo, you feel off, So I think like it's very important to like kind of refocus on what are you consuming? What? Is it just random Instagram reels and like Netflix? Then of course, you're going to feel that way, And I think for me, like a big one when I go through this off feeling is that I have to like really focus back on like things which are like me. And one of the biggest ways I can do that is like I love dressing up because I feel like the minute I'm sitting in my pajamas at home, I feel very comfortable. I am always in my pajamas, trust me, when I'm working. But like the minute I feel like I don't feel good, it's usually because my skin is like this, my pores are like that, my hair is falling, I have this issue, that issue. Minute you like put a little makeup on, wear a nice dress or just nice clothes and you go out, you instantly feel better about yourself. You instantly feel like you can take over the world, even though it's a weird feeling. But sometimes just taking yourself out of the house, doing something out from your usual routine, and like just dressing up. I think dressing up is like such a big thing for me personally.
Oh, it is. I felt that today, literally today. So before we started shooting this episode, I was in my pajamas, I was lounging, I was like relaxing. Yeah. And then I got into this mode, okay, I need to dress up for the podcast, I need to put makeup on, like get ready for the podcast. Yeah. And while I was getting ready, that shift came and like ideas started popping in my head, okay, what we can talk about, what do we shoot today? You know how that shift happens where while you are changing your clothes and while you're getting ready, I love that energy shift. And I agree with you. It definitely happened. Today, it really happened with me today in the morning.
I love what you said right now because I was reading a quote by Rumi today morning, and the same thing it says that clarity comes from action. Every time you're feeling lost or confused or just not feeling like yourself, you can't fix the situation by sitting in the situation. You can only change it by just moving out of it. So any action, even if it is mindless action, is better than just staying still, you know. So I feel like that is what happened. Like when you go out from your usual, you basically take action, and then automatically you feel good that you did all these things, you know.
Oh, yes. I think one more thing that works for me in this particular time when I'm feeling a little lost is finding external pushes. Like, I
Yeah.
don't have that internal motivation right now. So, I would rather look for something external, like a day that, okay, I need to be, like, my friend's wedding is coming in a month. So,
Yeah.
I want to look good on that wedding. That's why I know I will go to the gym every day. I will take care of my body every day. You know, like that external push just to get me back into the routine. And then, like, I'm coming to Mumbai to visit you in a few days,
Yeah.
and that is making me excited. Like, we're gonna work on something together. So
Yeah.
that's making me work, forward, move forward. So maybe right now, when I'm in this post Diwali blue season, I would rather look for external pushes to help me bring out of that. Like, it's like a rope that's pulling me out of that rot. But
Absolutely
yeah, I
right.
do
You
that.
know, like you need something, some bird eye view kind of goal where you're like, okay, this is gonna happen.
Yes.
So come on, even if you're not feeling like, get up and let's do something about it. You know?
Let's do something about
Yeah,
it.
I get that completely, you know. And for me personally as well, like when I go through this off season, it's nice to like kind of. I have been, you know, my story. I have been traveling for the past few months. I was in London for 3 months. I was with my partner. I came back, and now my family decided to move houses, which we were supposed to do in December, but we're doing it now. So we moved our houses and we've shifted everything, and I feel like chaos. And then we've had Diwali in the middle of everything. My sister-in-law gave birth to her first child of the house. There's just so
wow.
much happening that I feel like, but then that is life, you know. There's always going to be so much happening. And that's why I love, even though as a kid I used to hate waking up at 8 o'clock to go to school, like it was routine. Today as an adult, I think routines are what keep me grounded. They keep me feeling like myself, you know. Even if I feel like, no matter what I feel like, every single day you will see me wake up and make my bed. You will see me make my own coffee, and you will see me sit on my table right after that coffee and either read a book or meditate. Take 15 minutes to myself. I don't talk to anybody for that first 15 minutes. And I feel like that routine, no matter, even if I'm going through whatever I'm going through, I have not like kind of given up on it. And I feel like when everything is so much and you know we are feeling so many things, I don't know, going back to routine just kind of helps, you know, makes you feel accomplished. Even if you do like 3 stupid tasks every morning, you know.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Like, you're making it sound so beautiful. You're making routine sound so beautiful and special right now.
Trust me,
Like,
I used to hate routine. Like as a kid, I used to hate routine. But like I feel like it's not really routine if it is things you need. The more older you get, the more things you need stable around you. You know, and these are
I hear
few
you.
things you can bank on. You know, kind of a thing. So
Oh yes, you can definitely bank on these क्योंकि वो 15-20 minutes के बाद उसके बाद सारा दिन चाहे chaotic हो, the next day you will still have those 15 minutes with yourself. And I think that helps. That helps get out of this zone. मेरा दोस्त था एक, I remember around a year back, he was very curious. Isha, how do I get my mojo back? Because he was going through a very dark phase. He just had his breakup. He was very sad. But I remember him sticking with the gym, and he really loves cooking. And I remember him going back to his hobbies that time. Like he started cooking every weekend and maintaining like going to the gym every day. And I know he got out of that because of it, because he started feeling like himself after a few months. And that is something magical. I don't know ये कैसे होता है, मुझे नहीं पता हमारे दिमाग में क्या release होते हैं hormones, but it changes. It does change.
I love what you said, and I think there's this space. Of course, right now we are not like going through devastating dark phases or anything. It is just like an off phase. But like even if you're going through a bad phase of your life or whatever, there's this space called the nothingness. And I think like the nothingness and the mundanity, when nothing amazing is happening, you're stuck in the same crap that your life is. But you're trying. Every day you're trying. You're cooking, you're doing something every day. And in that nothingness, somewhere like the biggest transformations come out of those nothingness days, you know, and those phases.
Oh wow. Yes, they do. Yes.
Every time my life has shifted like a lot, it's always been like I've had a nothingness phase before that, you know, where you're just feeling like nothing is happening, nothing. I'm doing all this, nothing.
Yeah, nothing is happening. Nothing's changing. Yeah, I know.
Nothing's
I know that feeling. I'm kind of in one.
Yeah. So I feel like it's interesting place to be in, but like it's a very difficult place to be in because it's worse than drowning. And it's worse than staying alive. Of course, if you're living and you're successful, you're happy. You're drowning, at least you're drowning and you can cry about it.
Yeah.
Here you are literally like in the middle of things and you don't know
You're
what's
just being patient. I think that's the time when you learn patience a lot in your life.
Yeah.
इस period में patience आप सबसे ज़्यादा सीख जाते हो.
What isolation and nothingness can teach you, nothing else can teach you, is what I feel.
Nothing else can do. Exactly.
Yeah, and only you know what you go through. Like, only you know the story you've been through. Nobody else does. So yeah, going back to the things that we
Yeah, that turned deep. That went.
That went very deep. But I think like just if you're going through an off phase and it's not that bad, life is not ending.
Yeah.
But like if you are going through that, like be kind to yourself. It's fine to go through that. Every human goes through that.
Yeah, we all are kind of going through it right now,
Exactly.
and maybe some of the things we said could help you because they help us, find our mojo back.
Yeah.
And that's why we thought of, making this episode today as well.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. So I hope you all enjoyed listening in. And if you want us to do more episodes like this, let us know. Me and Isha are working on a revamp right now for our 2.0 of, our podcast. So we are so excited for that. Isha's visiting me in Bombay, right? In the next few weeks. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of new stuff coming up. So keep listening, guys.
Keep listening.
See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap for today's episode of Listen Up with Sim and Isha. Hope you enjoyed the conversation and make sure to like and subscribe for more. Until next time, stay tuned and listen up.